Hi, strangers, and welcome back to the Nightly Show with Taco. Even if it's not nighttime, you're still here. It has been a hot minute since just me, been able just to sit down and record an actual podcast topic. 1 month ago was the gun balance changes, which I don't really consider like an actual podcast topic because it's just me being a gun nerd and stuff like that, and just me being over analyzing the PvP meta for whatever reason, because I like to do that sometimes. And then 3 months ago was the D&K interview, and then almost half a year ago was the last quote unquote official podcast topic on which was on the BRM5 zombies mode, which is now confirmed and is actually in the game. And if you go into the main menu, you can see, hey, there's zombies, and then you click on it, it's coming soon. So it's not like actually like in the game, but it's confirmed to be added in the game, if that makes sense. Not the point. Anyways, that is not today's topic. Today's topic is about how unobtainable items shouldn't be brought back. Some unobtainable items being, all gay 1, the C7A2, the gas mask. There's a whole bunch of other cosmetic items. I can't remember the gas mask name, but basically a whole bunch of items that you can't get right now because they were in a part of old events. All Gay 1 being a part of the Halloween event, and C7A2 being a part of raid mode Operation Viper, and raid mode's not in the game anymore. Now, I'm going to go ahead and present my case of why I don't think unobtainable items should be brought back. Mostly it's the All Gay 1 and C7A2 because that's pretty much just what people care about, because, I mean, cosmetics, it's cosmetic, it's cool, it's nice, but not that big of a deal, and a lot of people want, cool new guns, so I'll get 1C7A2. Now, for those of you who were around in the time period of the Halloween event for the All Gay 1 and raid mode for, C7A2, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of basically how you had to get them and, what kind of effort you had to do. Now, All Gay 1 wasn't that bad. You basically just had to go around the map. I think this is like 2 years ago, so you're going to have to pardon me a little bit here. But I believe you basically just had to find a key around the map and identify the crate around the map. And you could open up the crate, and then you got the All Gay 1. There's like 5 crates around the map, 5 keys. And, each crate had a different item. Whatever. So All Gay 1 wasn't that bad. The thing with the All Gay 1, where I think a lot of people don't really care about it as much, is it's literally just a copy and paste All Gay 3, but with a Swarovski scope, and you can't change it. Like, there's very, very little customization with All Gay 1. It's basically just a downgrade of the All Gay 3, despite, still being really, really good. It's not that big of a deal. All Gay 1 is basically just the All Gay 3, but you can't change the scope. So if you're fine with the scope on the All Gay 1, then All Gay 1 is just as good as the All Gay 3. That's not really the point. The main focus I've seen a lot of people whenever talking about, the unobtainable items should be brought back is mostly just focusing on the C7A2. Because right now, C7A2 is a 3-shot man, low recoil, basically just the best gun in the game. Alright, like, it just widely considered to be the best gun in the game, and of course, since a lot of people do not have it, a lot of people feel like they're at an unfair advantage, which I can completely understand, which is why I'm going to go on a little quick side tangent that I think the C7A2 should be nerfed, mostly just by increasing its recoil, because there's a lot of guns right now that are 4-shot mans that used to be 3-shot mans, and they kind of they leave a bad taste in your mouth a little bit, and I feel like C7A2 would kind of just be blended in with a whole bunch of other guns. The C7A2, there's something I want to say. C7A2, basically just really, really good. Now, you got the C7A2 in Operation Viper by doing raid mode. Raid mode was basically like a little side mode to open world in a way, where basically you go raid a compound, you get these crates, and then you hold out in the building, and then, you kill a bunch of dudes, and then you leave, and then at the end of the mission, which is about like 20-minute long missions, once you complete the little, thing and you somehow live, you would get a little lottery wheel that would spin, and you had a chance to get in the C7A2, and then cash and XP. Those are your 3 different rewards that you could get. Obviously, C7A2 was the only one you wanted. Now, I was very, very fortunate to get the C7A2 first try. I didn't even want to do raid mode. I didn't even care about the C7A2 because I saw it was something PvE related, and I'm a big old PvP nerd, so I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to touch it. I want to stay very far away from it, but I had a group of friends who really wanted to do it, so I went along with them. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'll do it because I'm just here for you guys. So I got it, luckily, I got it first try despite not caring about it, and I'm glad I have it now. I never really used it at that time period of, like, after getting or something like that. I just kind of stuck with the other guns that I already was using at the time. And then, of course, now, Operation Surge, I still don't really use it a whole lot despite being the best gun in the game. It's good from time to time, but it's not, like, my main gun right now. Whatever, not the point. But basically, since it was just a chance, there were definitely a lot of people who that took a lot of time, and for 20-minute long missions, and you weren't guaranteed to get it. It was basically, I mean, you had the chance of not even completing it because it was pretty difficult. You had to get like an actual group going, Solo was very difficult. I tried it from time to time. It never really got very far on it, but not the point. So with the C782 is you had 20-minute long missions, and I think someone said, one of my fans commented saying that they took them like 18 tries to do it. So 20 times 18, I'm not doing the math. Screw you, do it yourself. I'm just going to cap it out about 10 hours or something, because I'm very bad at math, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So took about 10 hours just to get a gun. That wasn't even good at the time. This was like a very, very average gun, like about B tier. And now, Operating Sergeants, it happens to be the best gun in the game. Who could have seen how that works? Funny. But but now it's the best gun in the game. A lot of people want them to add back just because it's good. And I can get it. I can get it's a little bit unfair. Mostly, I'm gonna look kind of once again from a PvP point of view because that's mostly what I know. And honestly, from what I've seen, open world you can literally run anything and you'll be good. Some guns obviously better than others. Mostly just want to run a rifle or something, but you can definitely run a sniper or a shotgun if you're dedicated enough. Even a pistol if you wanted to. I don't really know. Do whatever you want. But PvP, there's definitely a lot more of an emphasis on the meta, because if you're not using, you can definitely do good. Once again, just like open world, you can use whatever you want, and, you know, if you're good enough, you can do well with it. However, with PvP, there's a lot more of an emphasis on using the best guns in the game. So right now, when there's a whole bunch of people who do have the C782, there's a whole bunch of people that don't have the C782, people who don't have it feel like they're at a major, disadvantage because they don't have the option of having the best gun in the game, which I can completely understand. That's a great argument. Don't get me wrong. However, sucks to be you. um, which is why, once again, I think the better option would be just nerfing the C782 a little bit. Once again, it's doing like a recoil increase, so that way it's not as good. Maybe bump it down a couple tiers in the meta or whatever. And it's actually, you know, some guns that people like more. Because once you make the C782 and the AUG 1 publicly available, they lose pretty much all value they had, and I think I might have already said it, but it's also just a major screw you to those who were around for the event and worked very, very hard to get it. Luckily, you know, I did it first try, but some people did it like 18 times for an example. It's just like a major screw you, like, hey, okay, now you can just buy it for like, what, 5,000 cash, okay, and pretty much anyone can have 5k cash at this point. Well, maybe. I've seen some of y'all's cash counts. It's kind of poor, but I've got like what, 800k cash, almost 800k cash now. So I don't really worry about cash anymore. But it's like, it's just a major screw you to those who are around for the event and put in a lot of time and effort for it, and it also ruins the sentimental value of having these rare items. In fact, I feel like I think I've gone to a couple games with the AUG 1, and people will see me killing people with the AUG 1, and they'll be like, "Hey, I thought we only had the AUG 3 in the game. You're like, how'd you get this gun?" I'd be like, "Oh, hey, you know, I was around for like 2 years now. It's a really old event." I'm kind of like, it's kind of basically what I'm trying to say is AUG 1, C782 are kind of like tokens of, I don't know, veteranship or something like that. You know, it's like, it's just kind of showing that, hey, I've been around, I've been playing the game for a very, very long time. This kind of just shows off how cool I am or something like that. Now, I feel like one of the great counter arguments that I've seen in this topic is that a lot of people are like, hey, instead of making them directly viable, like I've already said, this terrible idea, is that you can make players work for it, such as adding them back into the quest system, which I think is a decent idea. I feel like if they are going to add back the AUG 1 and C782, I feel like the developers should take that route of adding them back into the quest system. Now, granted, they can do whatever they want. I'm not on the dev team. I really don't influence their decisions. They kind of just do whatever they want. I just play the game and make videos on it. So, they can do whatever they want with the gun, but in my opinion, I feel like they should add them back into the quest system. Maybe add, like, a new NPC that just does event items, and you have, what, 24 hours? You have, like, a 24-hour cooldown between you can do the quest, right? And you've got, like, you maybe have to pay an entry fee, like, let's just say 10k cash. Obviously not concrete or anything like that. My ideas are probably horrible, I already know that. You could just tell me in the comments. I already know I'm stupid. It's okay. But, you know, you can have, like, a little entry fee where it's like, hey, pay 10k cash. You do a quest that's pretty difficult. I don't know what that could be. Maybe just, like, you know, clear a compound solo, or I don't know. I don't know. We get, like, five kills with one grenade. I don't know. Whatever. That's the point. But basically, just kind of have a quest that's probably difficult to do, and if you complete it, you're guaranteed to get the C782. However, since it's very, very difficult, you know, obviously you're going to spend quite a bit of cash, maybe, if you're not very good at the game, and also just kind of, I don't know. That's just my idea. I know it's kind of stupid, but at the very, very minimum, if they add them back in the game, I think they should add them back into the quest system. because you still have to work for it. You still have some sentimental value, but I feel like a great analogy here would be sort of like the AS Vol. If they made the let's say the C782 and AUG 1 are added into the quest system, it'll sort of become the AS Vol. Now the AS Vol is a 22k cash gun. That is very, very expensive for most players. I mean, 800 cash right here, so I don't really care too much. But I think I can buy what, like 5, 10, 15. Not the point. Once again, math sucks. Probably over 30 AS Vols. I can buy over 30 AS Vols. But you basically have where the AS Vol is at 22k cash price. Is not a lot of people have it, but it's still kind of amazing to see people have it. You know what I mean? Like anyone can get it, yes, but it still has a very, very small value to it because it's very expensive and not everyone has it. And I feel like that will kind of become the same thing in the C782, and I'll get one if they add them back to the quest system. Yes, I mean the Groza is a great example right now. The Groza is a cool gun to see, but at the same time, it's kind of like, whatever. It's just another gun. I can get it right now. I can just go do some quests and get it. All it does take a little bit of time, but if the same thing has the AUG 1 C782, yes, everyone will have it, and that's great. But you're also ruining the sentimental value of why someone has it, and just kind of, I don't know. I've probably, presented my case very, very poorly. I don't, my argument, not very well constructed. I get that, considering everything is just going in one take right now, so it's not like I can really articulate everything perfectly and take multiple cuts. Whatever, not the point. Anyways, that is my case for why I do not think the AUG 1 C7 issue should be added back in the game, is because they're going to ruin the sentimental value and stuff like that. I feel like the better route would just be to kind of like nerf the C782 at the moment, because no one really cares about the AUG 1. It's just a reskin to AUG 3. If you want the AUG 1, just use the AUG 3 and then put on the carry handle side. Okay, there you go. You got the AUG 1 again. You can basically just use it right now. Only thing you got is a difference in the name. Okay, not much of a difference there. C782, I can completely understand, because it's literally just an automatic M1694. So, I mean, technically you got a variant of the C782 already in the game that anyone can get, is M1694, but M1694 is a burst, and bursts are difficult to use by most people. But not the point. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, I'd much rather have them just nerf the C782 outright, so that way the people who, do have it, they don't have, the best gun in the game that not everyone can get. And that way, it still holds a sentimental value, and it's still a really, really cool gun, and it's kind of just like a token of thank you for those of you who were around in Operation Viper and played raid mode and just kind of were there. Yeah, that is my opinion. Please, and I mean please, feel free in the comments to let me know, like, hey, I hear they could probably do this, or what you just think. Let's have a civil discussion about this, okay? You calling me stupid, you're probably right. Don't get me wrong, I am very dumb. However, that's not gonna really, you're not gonna really look too great if you just call me an idiot for just even suggesting that they shouldn't add it back. If you all have a case of why you think that they should add these guns back, please let me know. I'd love to hear these arguments, because I think they're really, really cool, and maybe even do a follow-up podcast video where I respond to some of your comments. Anyways, wrapping up the video now. I have a Discord for you to join, by the way. You can also just kind of message me there if you want, and tell me how wrong I am. But yeah, that's all I have for you all today. I hope you all have a fantastic night, day, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever. Just a whole bunch of time words. Noon. Bye, guys.